my speech is to take a closer look at trash. Specifically, I want to ask 3 questions and find some answers. These are the questions. 1, are we ruining our future by trashing planet Earth? 2, are we running out of room in landfills to put our trash? 3, does it really matter if we reduce, reuse, and recycle? For question number 1, are we ruining our future by trashing planet Earth? I went to this book, Waste and Want, A Social History of Trash. The author, Susan Strasser, describes an event that changed the way our nation looks at trash. A harbinger of things to come, the garbage barge Mobro roamed Atlantic waterways for 2 months in 1987, searching for a dumping place and being rejected by 5 states and 3 foreign countries. There were dire predictions that the United States would soon run out of landfill space. In response, the big waste companies raised tipping fees and built immense landfills. She continues, but the life expectancies of these landfills were measured in decades, hardly very long when you consider the long-term life of the planet. One of these landfills, Fresh Hills Landfill on Staten Island, is one of the largest human-made monuments in the world. According to William L. Rathje, author of Once and Future Landfills, published in 1991 in National Geographic, it receives 17,000 tons of refuse from New York City daily, 6 days a week. It covers 3,000 acres and consumes 2.4 billion cubic feet of space, 25 times the volume of the Great Pyramid at Giza. Perhaps it was images like these which contributed to the making of the animated movie WALL-E, a cute little robot whose work is to move and organize trash. How far is this image from reality? Well, I doubt we can actually go live on a spaceship anytime soon. But the idea that we are running out of trash, room to put our trash, my question number 2, is worth exploring. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, everything we do leaves behind some kind of waste. In fact, in 2006, U.S. residents, businesses, and institutions produced more than 251 million tons of municipal solid waste, which is approximately 4.6 pounds of waste per person per day. In addition, American industrial facilities generate and dispose of approximately 7.6 billion tons of industrial solid waste each year. This was from the website EPA.gov for the shorter version. Another source, the Garbage Primer, produced by the League of Women Voters in 1993, explains, over the past 20 years, the number of landfills in the United States has decreased significantly, yet we continue to produce more garbage. In 1979, nearly 20,000 landfills were accepting municipal solid waste. By 1991, this number dropped to 5,800. Currently, it is estimated that there are just over 5,300 landfills in operation. The sharp decline is the result of landfills either reaching their capacity or closing because they do not meet standard or federal landfill design and operation standards. According to Biocycle, the state of garbage in America, in their 13th annual survey in 2001, we had 2,142 landfills in the U.S., a decrease of 74 landfills from the 2000 survey. This same survey also studied the capacity of landfills, or when they are expected to be full. The state of Utah reported having 100 years to reach capacity, Alaska 0 to 100, Iowa 60, Washington 51, Nevada 50, and Oregon 40. Texas, Delaware, Arkansas, and West Virginia all come in at about 30 years. States with the fewest remaining years are Massachusetts 2, Wisconsin 5, and Vermont 6.3, and this info was from 2001. In the same report, I found that there were 3,970 transfer stations. I quote, "As has been the case in past years, the number of municipal solid waste transfer stations continues to rise as the number of landfills declines, supporting the theory that as landfills close, waste just gets consolidated at transfer stations and moved to more distant disposal or incineration facilities." William Rathje, the author of Once and Future Landfills and also co-author of Rubbish, The Archaeology of Garbage, explains that we have a misconception that trash rapidly decomposes in landfills. Bill came up with an innovative idea for excavating landfills when he saw in 1987 a truck-mounted drilling rig that could burrow with a bucket at least 100 feet down. Using this tool, he discovered, among other things, a mound of guacamole thrown out in 1967, leaves raked up in 1964, lumber from 1952. He also found a newspaper buried 12 years and still readable, and a steak which retained its fat after 15 years. Given all the information we've covered about landfills, I can move to my next question. Does it really matter if we reduce, reuse, and recycle? We've already discussed question number 1, and we touched on the landmarks and history, the garbage barge, Mobro, and Fresh Kills landfill in Staten Island, and of course, Wally, who wants to see the earth end up like in this movie. In question 2, we discussed the volume of trash that we produce, the closure of landfills, and the fact that trash in a landfill does not decompose as it would in a compost pile. I believe that trash matters, and I hope that you do too, and that together we can do something about it.